Alright guys, so back for a second video. Um, got down to a couple matchups, but people who won out pretty strong. Um, Lewis beat Adam. AJ got his win on Chewy. Dale got his win on Eric. And Joe took the loss. And then I got my win on Alejandro. So going into next week, it looks like it's going to be that playoff early week one. So, first I want to say, dude, that fucking football draft that shit was fucking bullshit, dude. I don't know about those grades, but that fucking C I got is fuck, dude. What the fuck am I supposed to do with a 10th round pick or 10th pick? I don't know. That's shit seemed kind of whack to me. But coincidentally, at the top, Adam and AJ, top in fantasy baseball right now, top draft projection grades. Although Adam got Hopkins and Brown, which two beast receivers. So big up on you, Adam. And AJ fucking took Sean Watson from me, and you're gonna pull the trigger on Todd Gurley, David. You'd be an idiot if you didn't. But anyway, that was cool. Saw those videos you guys posted. You guys pounding. Very impressive, Adam. Gotta loosen the throat muscles if you're gonna go deep throat, man. All right. Anyway, going back to week 22 coming up. First playoff week, or it's like a mock playoff week. So AJ got his win, moved up to the first seed. Adam's down to the second seed. It looks like I will go up to the third seed, Team Lewis. Thanks, Lewis, for the support on the group me, man. Billy, man, thank you. Lewis goes up to the fourth seed. Joe is going to go down to the fifth seed. And then Dale's going to stay where he's at, and Ray's going to stay where he's at. Like I talked about in the other video, the points, a win gets you a point, a tie gets you half a point. So, being said, I will be at 12.5 points. Lewis will be at 12 points. Joe will be at 12 points. Dale will be at 11.5, and Ray will be at 11 points. Joe and Lewis's records will be the same, 11, 7, and 2. But because Lewis is coming off a win, he has the fourth seed. Joe's in the fifth seed, coming off a loss. Now, looking at it, I think for me the biggest matchup was, AJ. AJ had to win, take advantage of coming off that loss to Adam, and if he wins next week, he takes it, or if Adam loses next week to Carlos, which when I look back at it, the last time we had these matchups was week 8 or 9, and Adam beat Carlos 17-1. So, and AJ lost to Dale, who he's playing this coming week. Dale came back that week, AJ said, beat him 9-8, and then I lost to Moy that week, 8-7. So it's going to be interesting to see how a little bit of a redemption for AJ, or does Dale solidify that he is better than AJ's team and gets that win that he needs to secure his playoff spot. Now, one of two things can happen. Again, AJ can win next week, or Adam can lose. Most likely Adam's going to beat Carlos, put the pressure on AJ to take the to win Dale, to take that number 1 seed. And Dale posted the winnings. I had fucking completely forgot how much you can win. $1,000 to win the season, $1,000 for the playoff winner. It's $375 for the second place in the season and second place in the playoffs, and then it's like 100 something for third place in both. Um, but again, a lot of money at stake. So, even if I'm lucky enough and I get the third place seed and I win next week against Moy and I pocket that 300 something, I still get possibly up to 1,300. I didn't know how much we fucking put in, but you know what? These guys are saying we got, well, some, I won't say who, saying we can't keep going up with the money. And I understand, everybody has, what they need their money for. But damn, that shit is fucking tempting, dude. And everybody can get something. Even the consolation bracket, like I said last time, it was $100 to. So if you put the $90 to play next year, and you win this 100 and you put that aside, you're pretty much in for fucking next year. So, and a lot of people traded picks, a lot. Now, fortunately, those who traded, I traded picks. I didn't trade a first round or second round or third round pick. Eric texted me he sent me on the group chat everything that he's getting next year. Multiple picks, an additional first round pick, multiple fourth round picks. I think he's getting an additional third round pick. Pocketed some money. So, and he almost fucking made the playoffs. Dude, I was fucking rooting for you, Eric. Like, that would have been great if you would have made the playoffs. Just a big fuck you to everybody. So, we were talking about it. But anyway, people trading picks. And I'm sorry, Moy, I looked at it. I think you will be eliminated. Just looking at the point totals, you can't come back next week. You'll have it right here. Kind of folded you out, sorry. You'll have a total, you'll be 10-10 next week coming off this win. Oh no, you'll be, yeah. So, so 10-10 if you win next, so you'll have 10 points next week. Even if you get a win and you beat me next week, that'll put you at 11 points. That still won't be enough to get the 6th seed. Even if everybody ahead of you loses, you still won't have the point total to move up into contention. So, sorry, Moy. I mean, you were one of my favorite trades this year. I think that Altuve for sale trade was fucking great. I loved it. But people traded picks this year, and we'll see if it pays off. Ray, so Ray will be at 11 points, Dale 11.5, Joe and Lewis 12 points, I'll be at 12.5. And I'm going to focus on those because Adam and AJ already clinched their spot. But their thing isn't over. They still have $1,000 on the line. So, for like 1,000 is more than the 300 that you could go for second place. I mean, money's money, but fuck, so I have like a breakdown of 3, 4, 5, and 6 what they need. Now I believe I clinch a spot because if I win next week, I'm at 13.5. If I tie, I'm at 13. If I lose, I'm at 12.5. Lewis has to win or tie because if he loses, he'll have 12 total points, and that won't be enough. He needs to tie, get 12.5 mark, or win and get 13. Joe, same thing. He has to win or tie to get that 12.5 mark. Dale has to win to get to that 12.5. Ty won't do it. I'll put him at 12 points. And Ray has to win at 12 points. The reason I say that is because if Lewis loses and he's at 12 points, Joe loses at 12 points, yeah, Dale could get in if he ties and get 12 points. But you would need both Lewis and Joe to lose, and you would have to tie. But Dale, if you lose, you're not getting in because the worst Joe and Lewis can do is 12 points. The worst I can do is 12.5. And if you lose, you're at 11.5 and you're out. So it's either win and you're in, or tie and hope the others ahead of you lose. Ray, you have to win because the best you can do is 12 points. You have to win and either a loss from Joe, Dale, or Lewis. Because if all three of them win, you stay out. They get 12.5 points. If Joe gets a tie, he gets 12.5. If Lewis gets a tie, he's 12.5. You have to have one of them lose and you win. So that's what the quick breakdown is of that. I think the best matchup next week will be Dale and AJ. Dale trying to take AJ out of the season winner and hold on to his playoff spot. Because Adams kind of got a layup. No offense, Carlos. And then Ray plays Alejandro, which his pitching is good enough. And Ray, I didn't mean anything, but dude, your fucking team is dangerous, man. And if I want to win, that team you have is fantasy all-star team. So, yeah, that's the breakdown for this week. Couldn't get the live feed to work. I had to register 24 hours ahead, so I'll just do a video post. And yeah, so I'm in the 3rd spot, Lewis in the 4th, Joe in the 5th, Dale in the 6th. Joe, you got to win or tie to hang on. Lewis, you got to win or tie to hang on. Dale, you have to win. And Ray, you need a win and a combination of them to lose. All right, so going into playoff week next week, big stuff on the line. And this is a playoff week, because for some of these guys, it's win or go home. So, all right, guys. So that's this Sunday's video. And we're going to keep them coming. I'm going to do another one this weekend. And so we have a little playoff preview. If you guys want to, hang out, we can definitely do it. Do a couple people and talk about each other's matchup. All right, guys. Peace.